Welcome to Design and Tech Hub YouTube channel. In today's video, this is DESIGN-ATHON Design Challenge Day 10. On the screen is the brief which we will be using in creating today's design. So like you can see on the screen, it is designing with a brief. It's neither design replication nor design improvement. It is designing with a brief. On the screen is to design a flyer for a photography company known as 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 So we are going to be creating a visual appealing marketing pieces with the details provided on this brief. We have the heading as crafting memories, one snap at a time. So that will be the heading of the flyer. Moving on is the subheading, which is your go-to photography studio for every occasion. Next is the service provided, the call to action, which is book us today, and the contact information. So this is the brief which will be used in creating the flyer. So without any further ado, let's dive into the video. But before we do, if you are new to this YouTube channel, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe on the YouTube channel, and as well put on your notification bell to be notified whenever I upload new and amazing video. And as for the returning viewers, thank you, I really appreciate. So yeah, the first thing we will be doing is changing the background size, the image size. The flyer size will be 1024 for width and 1280 for height. So that will be the size of the flyer. This is the size of the flyer. So this is the size we will be designing with. So moving on this flyer is the changing of the background color to black. The background color will be black. So the changing of the background color to black. Then the next thing is importing of the design resources. All resources used in this design, the link to download them will be in the video description. And as well, the font that will be used in this video is Metropolis. Every font that will be used, we have the Metropolis semi-bold, the Metropolis extra bold, and the Metropolis black. This is the three family font which will be used in creating this flyer. So I will have to import an image from my gallery. So yeah, so I will import this, enlarge this to a little bit, and place it at the center here. So I will be placing this at the center of the flyer here. So just like this. So moving on this design is the importing of another image. So but before we do this first image that has been imported into the app, we will have to reduce the opacity. So moving on to opacity, then reducing it a little bit. So just like this, the opacity has been reduced. So there is another image which will be imported from the gallery. Please, as you're watching the video, don't forget to like. If you have any comment, drop it in the video. If you have any question, drop it in the comment box. So I will have to import this LED light. So I will have to import this and place it here. I will reduce this and place it here, reducing its opacity. So I will reduce the opacity as well. So yeah, I will reduce the opacity as well. Then copy this, copy it, and we'll be placing it at the left hand side of the design, facing into the design. So I will move to crop. To do that, move to crop, then rotate it like this. So this will be placed here on the left hand side of the design. So moving on the design is the name of the brand. So let's lock all this to the screen interface. So the name of the brand, as mentioned, as given in the brief, which is being used for creating this flyer, is 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗪 Studio. But before we do, we have to import an image from the gallery. So yeah, this will be the logo that will be used. So you can see it is having a white background. So to change it, I will just to remove the white the white color. So I will just move to erase color, then enable it. So the white has been erased off. Then we'll change the color of this. I will change the color of this to blue. So just like this, and reduce the size of this. So I will remove the size of this and place it here on the left hand side of the design here. So this will be placed here. So yeah, this will be placed here. So moving on is the name of the brand. The name of the brand is Lumina Moment. So I will have to move to text, create the text. So the name of the brand is Lumina Moment. So this is the name of the brand. Then moving on to font, to change the font of the text. The font that will be used for this is 𝗪𝗛𝗡𝗧𝗏. So this is the font that will be used, 𝗪𝗛𝗡𝗧𝗏. Remember I mentioned it earlier that all the font that will be used in this design is the 𝗪𝗛𝗡𝗧 font family. So I will have to do this, then change the color of this. Moving on to color. Yeah, so the color for Lumina will be blue. Yeah, white moment will be white. Yeah, so I will have to reduce the size of this and then reduce the line spacing as well. Then place it beside this image we are using as the company logo. So this will be placed beside this. So just like that, we've created a logo for the company. So moving on, remember we're creating a versional project. This is not a realistic design. We are just creating something. So this is what will be used as the company logo. So moving on the design, as mentioned earlier inside a brief, is the heading as crafting memories, one snap at a time. So we will have to create that. So moving on is to move on to font, to move on to text. So I will have to create a new text, which is crafting memories. Then I will move to font to change the font. The font for this is Metropolis Black. So Metropolis Black. So that is the font used for this. So I will just have to increase this a little bit. Remember, this is an heading, so it should be larger than most other text on this design, because the hierarchy must reflect here. We must use the principle of the line here. There should be hierarchy in this. This should be bigger on the flyer. So I will have to increase this and place it on the same alignment with this logo. So to use the alignment, I will have to enable the grid line, then move this beside here. So there must be a good alignment. So this will be placed beside this. So this will be placed like this. So moving on the design, I will just have to copy this. Since we are using the same font, the same size, so I will have to copy this. And remember there is a comma here, so I will just copy this and edit it. So it is one snap at a time. So one snap at a time. So just like this. Then this will be placed beneath this on the same alignment as well. It will be placed beneath creating memories. So this will be placed here. Yeah, and the color will be changed to blue. So just like this is the color that would be used for this. So moving on the design, you should remember, as mentioned in the brief, we have the subheading, which is your go-to photography student for every occasion. So we will have to create the shape here. So a shape here like this. Then I'm not creating a sharp edge for the shape. So the shape should start by the alignment, by the left side alignment, then end on this E. So it will be ending here. So I will have to drag this here. This will be placed here. Then this will be here. So it is not a sharp edge shape we are using. So I will just have to increase the radius a little bit. Then change the color to blue. So just like this, reducing the opacity a little bit. So I will reduce opacity a little bit and place it beneath the text here. It will be placed here. So just like this will be placed there. So moving on here, we have the subheading, which is your go-to photography studio. So let's increase this a little bit. this text, let's increase this a little bit. So we increase this first, then we increase this as well. So remember, we've increased this, the length of the text has increased, so we have to increase the length of the shape as well. So just like this, then placed under this. So just like this. So let's bring this beside here a little bit, to shift in this in a little bit. So just like this. So yeah, moving to the subheading of the design, which is your go-to photography story for every occasion. So we have moved the text to create that. So your go-to photography studio for every occasion. So just like this, we change the font to 𝗪𝗛𝗺𝗪𝗛𝗺𝗪𝗧𝗰𝗵𝗵. So the font would be 𝗪𝗛𝗺𝗪𝗵𝗵. Yeah. Then reduce the size for this, and then place it on top of this shape created earlier. So this would be placed here. So it will be placed on top of this. So this will be placed there. So that is the subheading for the heading. So moving on is the services. The services available, as mentioned earlier, as written on the brief, which is being used in creating this flyer, we have the services available. So to create the service, what we just have to do is to move on to shape. We are going to be creating a shape. So we'll move on to the shape, then we increase the radius a little bit. So just like this, we'll make sure it is on the same alignment as the others. So we make sure the shape is on the same alignment like this. So, and then change the color to the color of the flyer. So just like this. Let's reduce the opacity a little bit for this shape. So just like this. Then we move on to creating the services available. So we have to create another small shape here, which will be white. Then increase its radius a little bit and place it here. So this would be here. So just there. So that will be there. So on top of this white shape, we will have to create the text and place it on top of that. So moving on to text, to create a text. So that is our services. The services rendered by the company, by the photography company. So we change the font of this. We change it to 𝗪𝗛𝗧𝗪𝗆𝗵𝗵. 𝗪𝗛𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗆𝗵𝗵, and then change the color to blue. So it will be placed on top of this. This will be placed on top of this here. So it will be placed on top of the background here. So moving on the designer is the services rendered by the company. The services rendered by the photography company. So yeah, the services rendered. So we have to create a new text. So a new text. So one of the services rendered is portrait photography. The second one is event photography. We have the third one as commercial photography. The fourth one as studio photography, and the last one as lifestyle photography. Please, while watching the video, don't forget to like and subscribe on the channel. So the last one is lifestyle photography. So this, then we change the font to 𝗪𝗛𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. So yeah, and reduce the size of the text then place it on top of this blue shape here. So we place it on top of this, then increase the line spacing a little bit. So we will increase the line spacing a little bit, just like this. Then I think this is too, the shape is too big, so let's reduce the size of this shape a little bit. Oh, sorry. So just like this. So this is okay. So we are going to be importing this image we used earlier. So this from the gallery, the logo, the images as logo, we will be using it here. So moving on to erase color, to erase off the white background, then we change this to white. Yeah, we change this to white. So yeah, just like this. After arranging this, so we've created that for the services. So moving on the flyer, we will be creating a white shape here, increasing the radius. So just increase the radius and then enlarge this. We'll have to enlarge this, then the shape will be placed here. So just like this, the shape will be placed here. Then we are going to be creating another shape. So another shape will be created, a small radius. So just a small radius, then a shape. So the shape will be placed here like this. Then we will have to texture this shape with an image from the gallery. So yeah, we'll have to texture this. So just like this. Or better still, let's retexture this. So just like this. Change the facing of the image. So then like this. So just like this, and give the shape a little stroke. So a little stroke like this, and another shape will be created here. Or better still, we'll copy this, and then resize the shape to make sure it is on the same alignment as the one on top here. So we'll resize this shape to make sure it is on the same alignment as the one on top. So it should be on the same alignment here. Then we have to texture this with another image. So now more to gallery to texture it with another image. So just like this, we've textured this. So moving on the flyer, we have the call to action and the contact information. So we'll have to make another shape here. Yeah, this will be placed here. Change this to blue color. The radius will be increased a little bit and will be on the same alignment as this. So it should be on the same alignment as this. So we increase this a little bit here. So this will be like this. So just like this. And then the call to action. So we just copy this shape here. The shape we use here for the service. So we can just copy that, copy this, and place it here for call to action. Make sure the shape is on the same alignment as this. So we want to make sure it is on the same alignment as this. So just like this, this will be placed here. And then I will copy the text for our services, copy the text and edit it into book us today, which is a call to action. Book us to the, and then reduce the size of this, then place it on top of this white shape. So this will be placed here. Increase this a little bit, so just like this, it will be placed here. So just to make a difference between the shape, you can see the background is white as well as the color of this is white. So we are just going to give this a little stroke. So moving on to stroke, to enable stroke for it, so with the blue stroke, so one is okay, so just like this. So the one on top here too, which is used for our services, that will be given stroke as well. So moving on to stroke for this as well, so blue color with one, so just like this. So as we have it here, we have the contact, we have the website, and we have the location of the company, so of the photography company. So moving on is the test, or we have to create a logo for this. So a circle shape is needed here, which is the core logo. Then we have to create a sticker. We move to sticker to look for the whole icon. So this is Pixellab DG. It is provided with a lot of icons, a lot of social media icons, so like that, a lot of stickers which you can use. This is a pro version. It is a pro version of Pixellab with thousands of fonts, so you don't really need a lot of font to be importing a lot of font. Most of the font, all these Monsterland, Metropolis, Poppins, they are all available on this Pixellab app. So it is a pro version of Pixellab. So I will have to look for the icon of call. So yeah, this is the icon. Changing this to black, changing this circle to black. Yeah, just for easy removal of this. Then I will have to increase this on top of this. Then I will merge these together. So merging this together, you can just import your own logo. So instead of importing the logo, I prefer using this. So I will just have to move to the erase color. So automatically the white has been removed off. Then change this to white. So just like this, I will reduce the size of this, then bring it down where it is needed here. So this is needed here, so it will be placed there. So and the website, for the website, just a circle shape as created earlier, a circle shape. We'll move on to the stickers. So a website stickers is available. So changing this to white color, increase this, place it on this, and then merging the two together. Then moving on to erase color, to erase off the white color. Then we change this to white. Reduce the size for this. So this would be here. And for the last one is the location. So we have the location. So let's just import the location logo straight. So changing this to white. I will just reduce the size for this as well. So let's increase the size of this a little bit. Then bring this to the top. So right from this. So just like this. So we move on to creating the text. So the text for the contact, we have +234. Yeah, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. So this is for the contact. So I will just move on to font to change the font for this. The font for this is Metropolis Medium. Let's use Metropolis semi-good. So reducing the size for this. Then we bring this down. We bring this down beside the call icon here. So we just copy this, then change it for the website. The website is www.lumina-moment.ng. So this is the website. So this will be placed beside So this will be placed here. Then the logo will be beside it here. Then we copy this for the location. Copy. So the location is 123 Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. So all this information we are using is what is provided on the brief. So let's say a client give you a brief to work on. So this is how you are going to use the brief on your design. Make sure you read the brief of your client, understand what it is, so that you can create an amazing design using your client brief. So all this that is being created is created using the brief we are given. So like this. So we bring all this to the middle. So this, we make sure it is at the center. So just like this, and the location as well. So just like this. So that is that about the contact information. So moving on is an image. We have an image which will be imported, which will be placed on the right hand side. So there's a photographer image which will be imported. So here we have the photographer image. Remember, as I said earlier, all the resources used in the video will be put, the link to download will be put in the video description, so you can easily access the resources used using the link in the video description. Don't forget to like and comment on the video. If you have any question, don't forget to comment. So this will be at the back, to the back. On top of this will be here. So just like this, we have the image of the photographer here, then giving it some, so the image, we have to give it some editing here. We have to give it something, some complement to make it beautiful with the flyer. So we just have to move to shape. So radius to circle, reduce the opacity, increase the stroke width to its maximum level. So like this, we reduce the shape, so, and then move to blur radius to increase the blur radius to its maximum level, which is 25. Then changing the color to this blue color. So I will have to enlarge this here, then place it here, reducing its opacity. So just like this. So as you can see, I've just created this photography flyer using the brief that was provided. So as you can see here, this is how you can undo the brief if you have a brief from a client you want to work for. So this is how you make sure all the information given is used on your flyer. So all the information provided on the in the brief provided for this design has been used. We have the heading, the brand name, starting from the brand name Lumina Moment. We have the heading, which is crafting memory one snap at a time, the subheading, the services, and the call to action. So like you can see, as I've created this photography flyer. Please, if you've learned one or two things from this video, like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, and as well you can share it across your graphic designer friends who may also be interested in the video. Thanks for watching.